the wider 2 people on it. You take the blanket off, and it is a couple, 1 male, 1 female. Their bones have been crushed, seemingly almost to powder, and their limbs have kind of been tied together a little bit.
Oh.
That's some weird cake.
And they're kind of forming like an oval-y thing, like their legs and their arms. Not their necks. Their necks aren't tied together. However, they both are missing their left hand.
Wait, are all the bodies missing? Mm-hmm. Are all the bodies missing their left hand, or no?
In some shape or another, so far, all of the ones you've seen are missing at least their left hand.
So this is just a general serial killer.
Just something from their left, or just always their left hand?
At least their left hand.
At least their left hand.
As in, it could be just the hand or up to the shoulder.
Okay.
That's a 19 knowledge arcana, and I'm going to roll perception on the body.
Dice of CSI before making games. So.
Dun 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 dun.
Not needed.
Dun, 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 dun.
I rolled a 14 perception and
It was wanted
19
by me.
knowledge arcana.
I'll give you that.
Nothing rings any bells.
I figured, but I'm going to keep rolling.
Ready for the next one?
Yep.
This one is the one that is a pile shape. Yeah, age and gender are impossible. It's just what appears to be a mound of innards. Basically, it digests like everything that all the viscera that you would find inside a abdominal cavity is pretty much piled on that table.
Just that? No bones? No
bones, no flesh.
Are there only like 2 lungs and one
Yeah,
heart?
it's only there's
Okay,
only
yes.
one of
all the organs.
one that should be in one
Yeah.
person. Yes, it does not. There are not extra organs.
I was just making sure because I realized that some of the other people were gutted.
So we either have a general serial killer or a very picky necromancer.
Alright.
Who needs a lot of left hands? Maybe
Or
the guy
someone
just
who
wants
lost a
hands
left
out.
hand
I
and was
rolled
trying
like
to get a replacement.
15 arcana, 25
Seems like a lot of trouble
perception.
getting replaced. Like,
And at this point, I'm going to start rolling the
There are,
knowledge
like,
nature
hundreds
to
of
just know
people
what
for
the hell
that.
can do this.
Okay.
There are blacksmiths for that in this
He
time
could also
era.
be crazy or sadistic or
25.
just trying to cover tracks or
Knowledge
something.
nature.
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing comes to mind.
I didn't say it was a good theory.
So the next one.
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah. And I will have moved over, before pulling the net sheet, I will have moved over to say prayers on the one that he had done, too. But yeah, next.
Alright, so the next one is a young man. He is missing his head, and he has also been flayed. His left hand is gone. This one also looks like it's been dead for a good hot minute.
There's just some asshole necromancer in the woods, and he keeps making ghouls, and the ghouls keep going out and eating things.
I rolled a 1,
Or he is a
16,
ghoul.
and 8.
Here's that City of the Dead.
So
This
that,
person wouldn't. They
That'd be
wouldn't
one
know
hell of
how
an
to take
adventure,
fingerprints
going
at
to
this
that
time, would
city.
they? Or know how to trace them down to one certain person?
not at all.
Yeah, I just kind of just went to Law and Order, like, okay, we
Yeah.
gotta search the bodies for fingerprints.
Yeah, forensic science was non-existent at this point.
Yeah, just you made me think of CSI.
I will do detect magic, though. Just on the lot of them.
You detect none.
Okay.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Alright, so this one is also what?
So just stop rolling.
I mean, you don't know that, so...
Out of game.
I cannot answer that question. That would be
Out of
called
game.
metagaming.
Ow.
No, that's metagame.
Because maybe there is something on exactly one of them, but you flub that roll, you know?
Alright.
You did just roll 1,
That could have been the one.
or it could have been nothing.
I also rolled a 16.
Might not have been that one.
Alright.
This one is a young man, and all of his joints are broken backwards.
Do I have
getting
Speak
tired.
of Dead prepared today, come to think of it? I do.
18.
You know, these people, like this one, like this person, like, it's not
23.
even like there's an agenda. He just has this it's like a bucket list of how to
13.
kill people, and he's just marking it off. It's like bend all joints backwards. Got it.
Yeah.
You know
Like,
that spell's going to be very useful in this situation.
Yeah, it just might be.
He's just gonna be invisible. What? Like he.
See, that's the thing that they don't have in Law and Order is magic.
It just looks like this body won't be using its joints anymore. Yow! Please don't ever speak again. Fuck you!
Jesus. I thought it was going to be a please don't make that sound again, but no, it's jumping straight to the don't speak anymore. Jesus.
She just at least I said please.
Yeah, she did say please. There you go.
She's a polite
That means
hater.
you don't. That means you don't. She's a polite hater.
So, question.
I am not a fucking footstool. You are.
Is just all its joints bent backwards, or is there something else wrong with it?
It's also missing its left hand.
Yeah, also missing his left hand.
How did he die?
You have a lot of joints.
So
I don't
including the
think
little
you know
tiny finger joints?
Your neck is a joint.
Oh, okay.
He looks like an owl.
Well, most of his body is like he's
Technic-
become a starfish.
Technically, every single one of your vertebrae.
Vertebrae.
Okay.
I don't know if
So
that's.
would he be
it's
like-
got-
I'm
it's
not
got-
sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Also,
No, vertebrae don't have joints. Like,
Would it not be called joint? I know that it's a very mobile, like your entire spine.
more to the point, is every single one of his
Like,
vertebrae
you-
broken backward or not? That's more relevant than if it's actually technically a joint.
yeah, because if so, he looks like a hedgehog, and that's pretty cool looking, but also terrifying.
He doesn't look like a hedgehog, but they are all broken. It's
Okay.
just.
Also, you may want to look up Speak with Dead and actually read through it, because there are a couple things that might actually be relevant.
And
The internet was working fairly well just
It's
now.
basically like you're talking to the person.
Again, you may want to look it up.
You can make charisma checks and whatnot.
But there's also stuff like if it's it doesn't work if it's been turned into an undead, and a thing that's been turned into an undead and then destroyed still has been turned into an undead.
Yes.
So some things like that, like I said, worth you reading before I end up casting it.
Also, I'm just for
Close it consist?
uh,
I'm sorry.
shits and giggles. I'm going to roll a knowledge planes on the one that's been like destroyed. It seems from the inside out, like the one that has all of its joints broken backwards.
Okay.
Because there are some pretty terrifying things within the reaches that most people cannot go. Like ghosts. Some pretty terrifying wraiths and things could probably possess somebody and break the bones from the inside.
Okay.
Who
What's
knows?
up with all the missing left hands, guys?
It's a school with a mystery. No.
This guy just wants a lot of hand jobs, you see. For only left hands.
Damn it.
Start the lefty.
Okay, so which one do you go to?
I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna finish inspecting all of them first.
So I rolled a 9 and got that's 23 on knowledge plane.
You don't remember reading anything on that nature.
Where's on it?
I don't know why you went that one. Maybe get another one.
Alright, and the last person they still have their skin, but the skin has been partially flayed, I suppose. It's been opened from the front, but it is all still there. It's just
An eagle.
released. There, what?
Just open so he can look at the musculars.
Basically. Not maybe not for that reason,
No,
but that
it's
is
fine,
what
Tom.
It looks like.
essentially it is, yeah.
Tom, sit down. Tom, sit down. Why don't you listen to
Because
me?
we're missing his left hand.
Yes.
So every single one of them was in fact missing their left hand, and damaged in at least some other way. Okay. Let's see. The ones that looked the least damaged were the ones that looked like they had been the oldest, right?
The old woman was probably the most intact. She had a lot of like tears and
The middle-aged man that was like the first or second one I went to.
I should. No, Tom, sit
Remember
down.
what was wrong with
All
him?
of his extremities
Oh my-
and his skin.
I
Oh.
hate you.
No, not the skin. The one before that.
That was a kid.
Why doesn't he ever fucking
Oh.
listen to me?
I'm
Why don't you ever fucking
Never mind.
listen to
Missing
me?
both arms and his left leg was apart, but still there.
Are there any of them that looked more like more recent victims, but still were more intact?
The couple looked pretty recent. The one with all his joints backwards looked kind of recent.
That's probably the one I'll do. It'll
And
be
the one with his skin opened but left there, it looks like one of the newest.
I'll do that one then.
Okay.
One of the least damage, so it should work better and more likely to get what he's looked like recently. Okay. So I'm gonna tell everyone what I'm doing. Tell them it'll take a little while to do it. They may want to go sit outside while I wait. And any suggestions on the questions I ask, I was gonna figure
How many can you ask?
3. I figured I'd say who or what did this to you, and if he doesn't tell me with that, ask him specifically what they looked like, and then if he had any last wishes, because I feel like I should do something for him for disturbing his rest. Although I don't think I actually do, because it's not. Does it do this? Does it bring the soul? Oh yeah, it does. But anything else? Anybody else have any ideas of what I should ask instead?
You should probably ask which street it happened. Wait, did they all have that happen on the same street?
You don't know.
You should ask him how it felt to be destroyed.
I don't think I
Stop
should.
being creepy. You should probably ask him what street it may have happened on.
Well, you will know. You just don't know at this current moment. Like
Okay.
that's pretty easy
Never
information to
mind
get. Well, like you can ask if it happened in the same place he was found, but
Yeah.
that might not be information you can get.
I could ask him, like, where were you when this happened? Like, ask him, like, whereabouts
Okay.
he was when this happened. 'Cause that might be very helpful. Depending.
I'll do that instead of the what did they look like. Does that make sense?
I mean,
And because hopefully I'll get that information with the first question anyway.
yeah, but... And if they're a smart criminal, speaking from a non-criminal standpoint, if they're a smart criminal, they would have changed how they looked. But if they're not a smart criminal, hopefully you get that information with the first thing.
Also, it's the back in these days, it wouldn't have been quite so necessary to change how you look because there weren't cameras everywhere, and if you killed the only person who saw you, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
There's not a lot of people walking around that can cast Speak with Dead.
Welcome.
Yeah, so I'll take the 10 minutes and cast it on him.
Okay.
And I guess when it goes off, I'll say, I apologize for disturbing your rest, but I am attempting to find the one that has done this to you. So I ask you, who or what has done this to you?
Get on the table.
It was a man. I could hear him muttering some language. I don't know. He was wearing some sort of facial thing. All I could see were his eyes.
Where were you when this happened?
I was just walking down the street and going to drink, and then I was on a table. The only thing he said to me was, "It's too full. I don't understand."
I mean, are there any last wishes you would have me carry out for you?
Let my dog out.
I will.
I called him some dog.
And then some.
He goes back to being dead.
Okay.
Did we hear any of this? Or
Did they?
I've always It doesn't say specifically. I've always been under the impression that it's a mental thing.
Uh,
Or no, you grant the semblance of life and it speaks, and it is language. So no, yeah, it is out loud. So if y'all came back in when I got
yeah,
it
if y'all
over,
heard that, then you heard him asking and you heard the corpse answer.
I mean, I was just kind of in the corner.
Where
well, like I said, it takes 10 minutes to cast. I didn't know if y'all stayed in the room the whole time.
where does he
Roth was
live?
watching you cast it.
Hmm?
Roth was paying very close attention to you casting it,
Okay.
and is slightly
Wait.
impressed.
We can't let the dog out. We don't know where he lives.
I assume they have records of who it was and where he lived.
Okay, because I want to see the dog.
To the Undertaker. Is he in the room at the time, or did he?
He went back to his office
Okay.
and he trusted the princess and her friends to not do anything nefarious.
I'm gonna go to him and say, the one whose joints appeared to have been snapped. Do you have the records on him?
Yeah. Goes and gets them, reads it for a second because I can't let you look at him. And he's like, "This is where he lived," because I assume that's what you were getting from.
I was gonna ask him that, and yeah, that'd be the main thing.
Wait, what about the skin guy? That was the one we were talking to.
Oh yeah, sorry, wrong one. Asking, sorry.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Retcon. We'll assume Valky knew what she was asking for.
Yeah. Also, I realized midway through the first question that asking that I had to change the phrase on the "where was it done" thing, because if it asked where it happened, if it happened where he was found, he wouldn't be able to answer because he would have been dead by the time.
Yeah,
He
that's
was
why I
found.
said ask where it was when he was.
Well, but like you said, oh no, you suggested that you could ask it was the same place as where it was found, and that
Yeah, I
wouldn't work.
said
Yeah,
ask what happened.
Okay,
where
you
it
did
was.
the right thing. The DM was giving me bad ideas. Never mind.
I'm trying to win here.
So yeah, I'll suggest to the assembled party that we should head over there and ask around, let his dog out, and see
I'll let us know.
where the tavern that he would have been going to drinking to was, because apparently it was on his way there when he got picked up, kidnapped, assaulted. Sounded like sleep. Actually, that's a knowledge arcana check for me. I'm not an arcane caster, although I think I have sleep as well. So that's a 14 for knowledge arcana. Well, no, that's 18 knowledge arcana.
I suppose you know that sleep is a possible thing that could have happened.
It does sound likely, you know. That or a weird teleport spell. Yeah, so
Or cyanide.
anybody else?
Not cyanide. Chloroform.
But he was muttering some weird language.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything to do here before we head out to the place?
No.
We head out to the place.
His house?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna go there.
I will ask the Undertaker for directions there. Too,
He
so
does. Cal says, alright, well, you guys go there. I'm going to go touch base with Captain of the Guard. Let him know what you guys are doing.
Be careful.
Get his take on things. Yeah, you're a crazy person. Crazy people. I'm going back to my cell while I was a chandelier. Then people didn't hack off.
I feel bad again.
She says that and Josh just bursts into tears.
I am gonna wonder how under her breath that is, because that's not something a princess would normally go around saying. I know she's new at this whole princess thing.
Like, never mind, impale me and hang me back up. This shit's crazy.
I mean, I did ask you before we left if you wanted to.
Roth smiles and says with pleasure.
Don't touch Cal.
He gets a much darker glare this time. That's actually going to be an intimidate check, in fact.
Hold on, wait.
What do I roll for
I'll kill you,
against an
motherfucker.
intimidate?
Little babby. Little small child. No.
I only got an 8 anyway.
Fetus.
Oh,
So
No.
Valky glares at
His
you.
character's
and you-
16.
Looks like a
Hey,
kid.
he might roll a 2.
Yeah, that's true.
what do I roll against it?
Sense motive again.
I rolled a 17
Yeah.
plus my sense motive.
Yeah.
You look like a kid. Roth actively thinks you're an actually adorable human.
I'm gonna go with the
It could
defense.
be dead people.
I'm gonna go with the
Shut the
defense
fuck
that
up,
I was
fetus.
so surprised by that I couldn't get a proper glare on. You know.
Sure.
That-
Shut the fuck up, you
what
small
I'm going
child.
What you going with?
with. Yeah.
So you go to his house.
I'm old. I'm 76.
Nice enough house.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to ask. Does
Congratulations.
Cal have
Species.
any javelins or any
You are
weapons on
very
her?
intelligent.
Also?
Yes, she's got about.
You're like
Count.
you're like a
You
bullshit.
can kind of just see 4
Okay.
little quiver on her back.
Do I recognize any as the ones that I bought her? I'm not sure if I'd be able to recognize
Yeah,
them or not,
it's
but
just a javelin. They want
Okay.
special javelins.
okay. So go to his house. Sorry.
His house. Yeah, it's a nice enough house. It looks like he wasn't exactly the richest person, but he certainly wasn't too terribly poor.
I try the door.
It is locked.
Does he have a fence?
Yes.
I'm gonna hop the fence.
Okay. Acrobatics. 1.
It was a 4.
I was about to say, and then the dog that doesn't know you attacks you.
13.
Okay, you make it over the fence.
Gotta look for a dog.
It's probably inside the house.
Roth says,
Oh.
"Is she going to be okay?"
I'll be fine.
Are
I
there
don't know
any
if you hear
windows?
that.
What? There are windows.
Okay. I try to see if they open. Well, I guess
Um,
11 just wouldn't open at all anyway.
I'm gonna look around the backyard. Is the back door?
There is a back door, and it is not unlocked. And it looks like a dog lives in the backyard,
Cool.
on and off.
Cool.
I'm also gonna head around and see if there's back
Would
door
anyone be
unlocked.
completely opposed to me just busting down the door?
Don't. You can't hear you.
Yeah, basically it's you and Craig. You turn and you ask Craig, you're like, should I just try to break down?
I'm already going for it.
Oh, you roll first. So you,
I rolled
you ask
to
him if
assist.
you turn around, hey, can we break down the door? And he's already like rearing back his fist to punch it.
Are there
that is
any-
a total of 17.
The door busts open.
I rolled a
Both
3 to
can
help.
hear it.
I rolled a 3 to help.
You didn't.
You got in the way.
Well, I was gonna break down the back door since that'd be less obvious from the street, but whatever. I say out loud as I walk back around to the front.
It's like we have
Are you a
royalty
dog?
going to the captain of the guard. I'm sure if, even if guards came, we'd have a.
It was more to keep the house looking okay,
Oh.
not defile a dead man's house, you know, too much.
It's a dead man's house. I'm sure he won't miss anything if we take it.
So yeah, come back around to the front. Now it has an open door.
The
I
positions he
can't. I
has
don't
on
have
body is all
you
his.
kick the door open
His
and
house
the
is
dog
up
runs
for
out.
keeps now. Well, up for grabs. I'm not going to.
It's not a puppy.
I don't want
I wanna
this
get
house on this
Dougie!
doomed island.
I call all dogs puppies, Chandler.
This
Every
is
dog
your
is
job.
puppy.
the one that knocked you over yesterday.
Yes, he was a puppy and I loved him.
He was huge.
Great Dane last.
So your quest has been completed. The dog has been let out.
Woo!
Should we look around
Quest
the house?
completion XP.
5 XP for everyone.
Woo!
Roots.
I'm
Roots.
going to just look around the house.
Craig gets 10 because he kicked the door open.
I helped.
What about me? I jumped the fence.
You got in the way.
I lose my XP.
I said I
huh?
jumped the fence.
No, you get 5 because you tried to help. It's the thought that counts.
Well, no, I was just saying that I was going to look around the house for, I don't know, kitchen or basement, whichever one I find first.
Kitchen's fine. What you find first, you don't see a basement, and you get 10 XP.
I'm walking around with Craig.
Was the dog running out or just in the yard or?
I ran out to the front yard, did some business, didn't leave the yard. It doesn't leave the yard, but it doesn't get back inside.
Okay.
I'm
Just
gonna.
kinda lays down. Does
I'm
that.
rolling a
rolling.
perception.
Okay, the house looks pretty normal to those walking through it.
29.
Looks pretty normal. Nothing looks too out of place. Looks like a person and a dog lived here.
Nothing worth taking, huh?
I mean, you could, if you're looking for like money and things, you could probably find some. Yeah. What was your perception again?
29.
Yeah, you find about
What's in the
10 gold pieces, I guess, total. Just around.
10 gold. Dagger. Anything.
No weapons.
What's in the kitchen?
It's simple kitchen. There's a little bit of food there. Nothing too fancy, like some dried meats, some rice,
How much
some bread. What?
How much rice?
About a pound left.
Take the pound of rice.
What is Josh doing? As her party members robbed this dead man.
You gotta roll handle it.
It's a dead man.
Okay.
You don't rob a corpse. Well,
Loot
you can
a
rob a
corpse.
corpse.
I'm gonna go inside.
I rolled a natural 20 on handle animal! It's my dead
The dog likes you.
You now have a chemical.
Going inside to look for dog
It
food
doesn't necessarily have.
and dishes.
Find dog food.
It's my turn to get a dog. You don't get two.
This dog already has a person.
He's dead.
The dog doesn't care.
You're right. I already called dibs.
She's actively trying to steal a dog.
Bring the dishes out,
The dog
pour some
Halfway.
food, and create some water.
looks really happy that you gave it food. It might start following you now.
I hate you guys!
You gave it a hug. You gave it food.
Granted, it was.
And it's
probably
not
starving.
following either of y'all.
Good. I want an animal.
Oh,
You're gonna be a ranger
survival.
soon, probably. You can have an animal companion then. Well,
A kitchen knife?
you see a kitchen knife?
I take a kitchen knife.
You've got a kitchen knife. It does like 1d2 damage.
That's not why I have a kitchen knife.
It does 1d2 damage.
I'm gonna look around the house for any family photos or anything, or see if there's. Oh yeah, there wouldn't be photos, right?
But those are expensive.
Yeah, he wouldn't have those either. Any evidence that anyone else lived here too?
You don't really see it. It looks
Okay.
like you lived alone.
Any evidence of anyone else he knew that? I don't think there. I can't think of anything
No,
that
not
there would
really.
be, but
I mean,
Lansing.
there's not really an address book or a
I'm
phone
going
number
to
book that
invent
you
a
need.
camera.
Going
Doesn't
to.
have vintage camera.
Okay. Gonna find people and say, are y'all close to done looting the dead man's house?
We're not looting.
I just got some rice. He's not gonna eat it.
I also like to imagine, like the fact that it's not that I came in and saw you looting the dead man's house. I just knew that's what you'd be doing.
He's dead. Ergo, he cannot. He no longer has use for his mortal possessions.
Roth
I wasn't
likes
trying to
that.
stop you. I was
Oh
just-
yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
you were. I'm just saying he's dead. He's fucking dead. He's
Dead
dead.
meat.
I'm
Don't
gonna.
Dead
attack the
toast.
party.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna go find a neighbor that might be willing. I'm gonna go next door and see if someone else would be willing to take care of his dog now. So there might be someone else coming by, and yeah.
I'm going to start trying to put the door back on its hinge.
And then I'm gonna proceed to do that. I'm gonna look at the houses around, and on a hunch, go to the one that I feel like contains a person most willing to take care of a dog.
Roll sense motive.
Better be a good
Since
goddamn
motive on the
person.
house.
It is used for having hunches.
Yeah,
That is
I
the
mean,
skill for it. And I got a 21.
I'm just saying, it just
You
sounds funny.
Go.
No, 27.
You go to the house on the right
The house on the left was spooky.
and knock on the door, and it's this old woman. She's like, "Oh hi, hello."
Greetings. I'm afraid I'm bearer of terrible news. The gentleman who lived right over here has unfortunately passed away. And I just realized in game at this point, I have no idea how to say this in a way that isn't the truth, which is not that I'm bound from telling the truth, it's just frightening and not the best thing to say to a little old lady.
There's a murderer.
Or very suspicious that, and we broke into his house and noticed he had a dog, so, you know,
I spoke with his corpse, and he wanted us to let his dog out.
yeah, that's what
You
I'm
want a
saying.
dog?
I was nearby
His corpse.
when when he died, and he asked me to come let his dog out and make sure someone was taking care of it. And I was wondering if you would be willing to take care of... Was it a boy or a girl?
It was a boy.
Of him. And that's also a bluff check, because...
A little bit of lying
Yeah.
there.
And that's a 1, which makes it a 10.
You know what would be funny? If Shiona got the leadership feat and just got this pack of dogs.
Yes!
She just has this pack of
You can
canines.
tell she doesn't believe you, but she also says, my husband just passed. I would love to have someone else in the house besides just me.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, man.
I'd love a little dog.
And I'm sorry for your loss too. Pat's the dog. No one cares about how the dog feels.
I'll say, well, I left what dog food he had outside, and there were some dishes, and here's a little bit to help you get started with buying more food, since money doesn't grow on trees.
Oh no, it's okay. I don't need money. My husband was quite wealthy.
Oh, well, okay then. I won't be handing her 5 silver. Fuck her. Fuck her for doing that thing I asked her to while I lied to her face.
And she decided to not say anything about it.
Yeah. I am wearing priest's robes though, so that I feel like that might help a little bit. Anyway, well, thank you for your kindness, and we'll be out of your hair shortly, or we'll be gone shortly.
Didn't hurt. What did it land on?
My boob.
Also, actually,
I mean,
one more
what did I
question.
roll? 11.
Why are you rolling the dice on me?
Do you know
I was hoping you'd be good
what
luck,
tavern
but your boob isn't
the
good
man
luck.
favored?
I'm sorry.
Oh, we've spoken a couple of times. I think he likes the, Oh, what was the name of that place? Oh, well, I believe it was the Monkey's Hand or something like that.
Thank you.
Obviously.
This whole town has a hand fetish.
Yeah. That
And-
reminds me of my friend.
And I'm cutting video here.
Oh.